Welcome to another episode of the Electric Bison. You've probably been wondering where my buddy Magoo has been the last couple of months. Well, to be quite honest with you, he's been down in California eating chocolate bonbons and I don't know, he probably soda water with ice in it, maybe a little bit of wine, but he's been having a really good time down in California. He's coming home this next week. And so by the time he gets here, I got to clean up this mess I've made because his workstation is right there and then my workstation is there. And he by all rights, he should have this whole area. You know, get working on the whole Frontier Army and all the other things that happen here in Montana. While he was gone, I was given the task of digitizing all the pictures. Like this picture, some Montana being thrown in the air by a bunch of other Montanans out at Camp Murray before they went off after their training to fight the Japanese in New Guinea. Don't know who they are, but all their pictures are here. I got pictures, this little thing labeled on the back. I could actually have the labels on the back and you could see who they are. But then, and this one too, this is when they attacked Biak and different, armed amphibious assaults. So it's 6 or 7, like as many as any Marine unit ever had in the war. Those are Montanans that got their feet wet. And then here's some that are unlabeled. It says 163rd digitized unlabeled. And then here's digitized 163rd just in New Guinea, pictures that they took. I'll just pull one at random. What's this one? Oh, too bad. It's unfortunately it's the body of an enemy soldier. A lot of pictures, a lot of people, a lot of drama, a lot of really important things for us to learn. Then this one is downed aircraft, right? These are aircraft that they shot down. Let's see, what's this? No, this is a Japanese soldier that's still alive. And then there's a lot of downed aircraft. You can see them if you ever are interested. A lot of individuals, a lot of money, Japanese money written in Spanish for the Philippines. It's really pretty interesting. But the thing is, those 6 envelopes full of pictures are just part of the story. Got all these from Camp Murray, digitized. Got all these from just pictures of burials, right? Cemeteries, often faraway places where there's been Montanans left in the ground, right? Here's Japanese, just pictures of them. Some dead, mostly dead, some alive. And there's when they were in Australia training before they went over the Owen Stanley Range to fight the first big battle against the Japanese at Sanananda, Buna, Gona. And then here's nose art, just pictures of the art that was on the nose of the airplanes, the bombers, the fighters that were supporting them in World War II. Then this one, this was, there's a lot here. These are the ones that somebody somewhere decided were important enough to duplicate. So I thought what I'll do is if they're important enough to duplicate, I'll digitize them all and put them all in one envelope and have them in one folder. And you can figure out why they did that. But you'll find the same guy in like three pictures. And then here's one of just the towns and villages they went through and all those battles that they were involved in. Then here's one of the shore and sea pictures. Beautiful palm tree shores that I'm sure people pay big bucks to go and visit those places now. Well, they didn't pay much then, except with their lives. And then here's just our family members, Montana soldiers in the South Pacific. You'd have to identify them. Yeah. Then here's more Japanese soldiers. And then here's natives, fuzzy wuzzies, who, because they, for a variety of reasons, they would bring supplies up to our soldiers, and then when our soldiers were wounded or killed, they would carry them back to where they could get processed or treated. Yeah, They were called fuzzy wuzzies. So what happened with all the digitization? I put them all on this one disc. It says 163rd Infantry, World War II. And here's the thing. If you come out to the Montana Military Museum, you're going to see the whole story laid out very well in about 6 displays in the main museum, showing the different battles they were in, who the commanders were, how many medals they got, what the guns and the knives were that they used. It's all laid out. All you got to do is come out here. They did the work already. You just can kind of be a spectator and learn from what they experienced. So what I'm saying is, Magoo's going to come back and we're going to do our little bit, just a tiny bit to try to make things more understandable, make sense of all this. But it's really up to you whether you want to learn from what our fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers did. They really did it. And that's why we have the freedoms that we have. And in this case, in the South Pacific, they were fighting an emperor. And so you'd see, well, there's another person that died for the emperor, and they have this gun and his bayonet, his helmet. So what you got to decide and talk to your parents about, talk to your kids about, is do you want our next set of soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marines fighting for an emperor? I don't think so. And we're just not cut out that way. So you need to come out here to the museum and see what's been put together by volunteers. I have one project here that I haven't figured out how to solve it yet, but this is an old film, probably done just after the war or during the war, by the Commonwealth of Australia Department of Information. And San Ananda Falls, that was that big battle. I think the soldiers from Montana were in their foxholes, one foxhole to another for 76 days, which is the record for any of the units ever had people in foxholes. And they were in water sometimes up to their neck. But anyhow, this Australian film was made, and I got to figure out how to get it reproduced. So that's going to be a tough one. I'm not sure how to do that. But they're good projects, lots more. One other thing I'll show you is this briefcase. Colonel Rankin, he was a battalion commander, and he had a battalion called Rankin's Runners. And what they did is they'd outrun the Japanese in the jungle. And you can see the maps, see what they did, how they did it, and what the people of our state paid to get it done. So I'll leave it at that. Have a good day.